Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Chrissy, I'm the owner of Stand Together UK, and I'm working with Craft Resin at the moment to bring you guys some videos, some how-to videos so you can learn how best to work with resin, which is super exciting. In this video I'm going to show you how to make resin body ornaments and like different ways that you can do this. This is an example. This is just an example and I'm going to show you how you can get this technique down and how to make these using resin. So this is what you're going to need to make these body ornaments. Obviously you're going to need your resin. This is the craft resin that I'm going to be using today. I really recommend this one. I absolutely love it. I don't use anything else. And I'm also going to be using this silver colour from Craft Resin Mica powders. If you want a discount on either one of these, I'll leave a link down below so you can go and check that out if you want to. You'll also need some cups to mix your colours in and your resin. I've got these wooden sticks which I use to stir my resin, and then obviously you're going to need your mould. This one is very well used. I've got quite a lot of body ornament moulds. You can just get these off Amazon really easily. And then also silver flakes, or any colour flakes that you want to use. I use gold, rose gold and silver the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my resin out. Make sure that when you're working with resin you're using all your PPE, so your gloves and your mask and an apron. If you've got long hair, tie it back. The amount of times I've got resin stuck in my hair is a joke. So with craft resin you get a part A and part B, and it's measured by volume, so equal amounts. So what you want to get your cups and put the same amount part A to the same amount part B in. Just be aware that if you are using a different type of resin, it might be measured by weight, so just check it out, the instructions for whichever resin that you're using. There is actually a previous video on how I measure and mix craft resin, so if you want a more in-depth way of how I do that, then definitely go and check that out. I'm just going to go off and mix these just to make this video quicker and easier for you. Okay, so I've just mixed my resin up. I've popped it into a smaller cup and I'm just going to let it set aside just for a few minutes. I like to do this because it helps let any air bubbles rise up to the top, and then you don't get them within your work then, which is great. So preparation is key, so I'm going to prep my mould. So like I showed you earlier, this is just the body mould I'm using. I'm going to get some of these silver flakes. Like I said before, you can get these off Amazon and they just come in sheets, and I keep them in these Ziploc bags because otherwise they just get absolutely everywhere. So I'm just going to take one of the sheets out and then break a little piece off, and then what I'm going to do very carefully is just squeeze the mould just a little bit and then place the silver flakes just inside. As you can see, I'm just placing it directly into the mould and then just smoothing it down with my fingers just to make sure that it's not just everywhere and it's actually smoothing down against the mould. And you don't need loads because a little bit really does go a long way, especially when you're smoothing it down. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get my resin and my colour. I will pop on some gloves in a minute, I just don't want to get resin all over the mica powder. So I'm using this silver colour. I'm just going to pop it straight into my resin and give it a mix. Look at that absolutely beautiful colour. What I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to get some Pinata white alcohol ink. I'm just going to drop a little bit in there. A tiny bit of silicone oil, just one drop. And I'm going to mix that in, but not fully, just to create a nice little marble effect. And then what I'm going to do is I use paper cuts because then you can pinch the end and it creates kind of like a pour for you. So then very slowly just fill the mould. I say slowly because it stops loads of air bubbles forming, which you obviously don't want. And then you just fill it to the top. If you get any air bubbles pop up like this as it's setting, just grab some alcohol spray. This is the one I use, it's just from Amazon, and just give it one spritz and they'll usually go on their own. If they don't, like you can see this one, it's just stayed there. Just grab a popsicle stick and just push it up to the side to pop it, just like that. I actually already have some set and made that I can demold and show you what it looks like already. So these are what they look like. I think they look super pretty. I absolutely love how they turn out and the effect that they create. Usually when I take them out of the mould, what I need to do is file the bottom. So I use this small needle file. It's got a flat edge, and what I do over a bin with a mask on is just gently file down the bottoms just like this, just to make them nice and smooth. Okay, my battery died as I was filming that last clip, but I was basically saying that I use this little needle file, a flat edge one, just to file down the bottoms before I ever send these out. But I absolutely love them. They're super pretty. The flakes just really shine in the light. Look how pretty that is, and you can do any colours as well. Look how pretty it is. I love it so much. If you decide to give this technique a go, definitely tag me. I would love to see. If you're watching this on YouTube, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And other than that, happy crafting and have a great day.